Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the S.H.Figuarts Mini Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta. Now, this is an interesting one because the original Daima Vegeta I enjoyed enough, not the most groundbreaking figure ever, but all of the kid Daima figures were pretty good, all things considered. Like, their sizes were pretty tiny, and the articulation was pretty fantastic, and the detail on their faces, accessories, everything like that was pretty expertly done. The Super Saiyan Goku I didn't care too much for just because he was a straight up re-release that lacked a lot of accessories, but the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta actually is a different figure, like in terms of accessories, faceplates, everything. It's like quite a bit different. So we will be getting into that. So taken out of the box, here's what Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta comes with, and it's an interesting loadout. Some of it is typical of Vegeta, but some of it isn't. So we get the figure itself, 4 faces, as well as an additional faceplate for Mini Goku, folded arms accessories, a Gallic gun effect, as well as an alternate hairpiece. This alternate hairpiece removes a part in the back of his head and plugs in this one, and it has a hole in it where the included stand plugs into, so you can actually balance out this figure because it is way too top heavy. He can stand on his own if you're really delicate with it, but he doesn't look that great, and for practically any pose you should use the stand anyway. It's just not going to look that great without it. And of course you get a bunch of different hands as well. So once he's set up and put on a display, here he is, and he's looking pretty good. The Super Saiyan 3 design for Vegeta was pretty surprising. Like, watching this weekly, I wasn't expecting to see a new transformation for Vegeta, let alone Super Saiyan 3, and a unique look for Super Saiyan 3. I was not ready for that. It initially looked a bit strange, but it has grown on me, and I do quite like the look. And I think it looks better for Mini Vegeta than it does for the adult Vegeta, but you know, the adult one can grow on me as well. But I do like the look overall, and I do think it looks quite nice and suits this body type a bit more actually. And here he is next to the Mini Vegeta, and one of the really interesting things about this release is that it's not the exact same sculpt. I did a YouTube short on this as well, but the legs are noticeably thicker than the original Daima Vegeta, and I believe that the forearms are a bit thicker as well. Not too sure about the rest of the arms, but the exact sculpt is not reused. Like, they actually tried to bulk him up a bit, which I do appreciate, and it is really interesting that they did that, even though I thought they could have, just straight up re-released it and it would have been fine. But going that extra mile is appreciated, and it is a subtle but very cool addition. Now, for posability, he's got a ball joint in the head and neck. It's similar to what we got with the original Daima Vegeta. It's pretty much exactly the same, just, more weight. But the sculpt itself looks different, but it's engineered the same. It can look down that far and up that far. His arm can rotate all the way around. It can hinge in a little bit, not really butterfly, but it works on that ball joint. There's a bend at the elbow, as well as a rotation at the wrist. There's a ball joint in the waist, allows for a tiny bit of crunching and swiveling. You can do the splits that far. You can kick forward and back that far. There's a knee bend, pivot at the ankle, and hinge at the toes. So not the craziest range of motion, but for this small scale, insane. They've really mastered the mini look, and when they eventually make a new Goten Trunks or whatever, I think that they'll use the engineering that they've done from the Daima figures, and it'll be absolutely fantastic. Now for faces, we get a neutral face out of the box, a shouting face, a teeth clenched angry face looking to the side, as well as a smirking face looking to the other side. And these are pretty nice faces. They do match Vegeta's energy quite well. I do like the detailing. The no eyebrow look for Super Saiyan 3 has always been a little bit strange, but I do like it well enough. Looks just a little bit strange on Mini Vegeta though, but it's again one of those things that'll have to grow on me because it is all relatively new. We do also get a new face for Goku, and it's sort of like this semi-surprised look, and I do think it looks quite nice as well. But in terms of figurine DLC, I think it's one of the weaker ones. It would have been nicer if, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta came with the power pole stuff, because buying the Goma just for that stuff kind of sucks. but it is what it is. And with those accessories, you can get Vegeta into some pretty good poses. You know, somewhat limited just due to the articulation, but you know, I was able to get him into the Gallic Gun poses, folded arms just fine, high kicks just fine. So he does lend himself to some pretty decent action poses. Not the most dynamic stuff out there, but it doesn't need to be. It's got shelf presence because of the Super Saiyan style, so I think it's fine as is, and fine as a somewhat limited figure, but I do think that this release is much more justified than the Super Saiyan Goku release, because at least this one has new stuff, the design is way different, and they did actually change the sculpt, even though they didn't have to on this one. But yeah, I do appreciate this figure way more than the Super Saiyan Goku. Granted, the Super Saiyan Goku was cheaper, but you know, you could have just re-released exactly the same Goku with all of his accessories. You limited it as weird. You could have even had the Super Saiyan stuff as DLC for some of these figures. You could have the Super Saiyan heads as DLC for the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Would have been a nice little like marriage of accessories. Would have made this Vegeta even more popular, I reckon. But it is what it is, and I've already had my piece about Mini Goku. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time. Oh hi, I didn't see you there. As you can see, I'm hard at work making new videos for the channel. Now, while I'm happy with where the channel is right now, I could use your help. By liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, it helps out the YouTube algorithm and recommends my channel to more people. So if you like any of my videos, please let me know, it really helps out. And if you liked this one, please let me know too. It means a lot to me, and I really, really appreciate all of you guys.